If you do not know me, help million-dollar transportation companies scale by increasing their profit margins, paying the least amount of money in taxes, all that good stuff. But in a nutshell, I help you understand your numbers and your money. Okay. So today I'm going to be talking to you guys about why it's important to work with an industry expert. Hey, everybody, thanks for joining. I'm on IG, LinkedIn, and Facebook and YouTube. But thanks for joining me. I'm going to talk about why it's good to work with industry experts. And I know you guys have been seeing on my reels and going on, hey, Lotta, how are you? Hey. Um, the What's been going on my reels is that I'm talking about industry experts, correct? So the first thing that you want to know about why it's important to work with an industry expert, honestly, oh wait, I'm forgetting. Okay, so before we do that, I want you guys to let me know where you're checking in from. Go ahead and put it in the chat box. I see all of the comments coming in. I miss you guys. I really do miss you guys. So good afternoon. Any Sprinter Box Band dispatches out there, DM me for availability. You hear them. Let me know where you're checking in from. I'm in Douglasville, Georgia, right outside of Atlanta. If you're just now joining me, we're going to be talking about why it's important to work with an industry expert. So why is it important to work with me? I'm not just going to say, come and work with me. So regardless if you're working with me or someone else, I want it to be an expert. And I want you to know what you should be looking for with that expert. Okay. So I got people from Ohio, Vegas, Texas, over the road. Okay. I see you keep pushing. Okay. You are my day one chick. Yes. Jacksonville, Florida, Texas, California. Okay. So the first thing you want to know about why it's important to work with an industry expert is the industry knowledge that that person has. So you don't have to worry about me going and looking in other places. I got to study on all these other things. No, I go to the truck shows and I look at the truck laws and I look at everything that's coming down the pipeline so that I know what's going on for you guys. So you can have that woosah and aha. You don't have to worry about what's going on or am I doing my continued education. I geek out on all things finance and all things trucking. So that it is all that I do. You're not going to hear me say, come on over here. I'm doing what's an industry? Um, oh, come on over here. I'm about to show you how to do your taxes for a marketing company. No, I'm about to show you how to do it for your transportation company. So make sure that you know that that person is an industry expert, because usually when that person has an industry expertise, they study it. They have over 10,000 hours in it. So you want to be able to hand it off to someone that knows better, right? The second one is the industry expert. It will be able to show you any inefficiencies that you have in your fleet. So it may be things that you don't see that I see. I just got off the phone with a client where they were missing like 3-4 months of fuel. Now you guys do the math on 3 months of fuel, 4 months of fuel with a fleet. That's a lot of money that you're missing, and an industry expert catches that. Now, I'm not saying that another accountant or a professional will not catch that. But what I'm saying is that an industry expert, you can almost guarantee they're going to catch that. And that's some things that you want somebody to be on their P's and Q's to catch. Okay. Because when I'm doing my taxes, I need somebody to be able to catch it, baby, because I may not be able to see what's going on. Okay, how can you be reached? So if you're looking to work with me, there's an application in my bio, in the Linktree bio, and it says work with me. You fill out that application. So the last thing, and this is big, and I don't think you guys realize how big it is. The last thing that you're going to do, or why it's important to work with an industry expert, is connecting to people and resources. Okay, like you just heard Lotta say that you're my day one. I've known Lotta for 3 years now, and I know where to send people. Or if I had a client that they have a problem with something, I can send them to the appropriate person because I just had a client that experienced the same thing. Or, oh, my client just purchased a new truck, or my client just had to sell their truck or go through something. I have that person that could help you out, or that resource can help you out, because I had a client that just now decided to use a new software that you've been trying to use, and you want to know, how does this software work, or what does it look like? You don't have to question these things. You have that that knowledge. And then I don't know if you guys are aware, but if you're looking to do tax preparation with me, I am no longer accepting new clients. You have to know somebody that knows somebody to get in. I'm only doing it off referral basis because it's all about the people and the connections you know. So I have a trusted group of people that I say, okay, these people will be good to have this through because I'm no longer doing taxes. Okay, like no longer, unless you know somebody. Because right now you see on my profile, I am CFO. I am helping you to understand your numbers, taking it to another level. So you want to work with someone that knows those things. And I want to be crystal clear. I'm not saying come work with me because there are industry experts all around the nation. Find the industry expert that you connect with. Okay, it could be anybody. You may not like the way I say some things. I tell my clients all the time, I may say some things you don't like, but I love you. Okay, so I want to ask you guys in the chat box, let me know, have you had some, like what were your experience when you didn't work with an industry expert? Or if you work with an industry expert, what was your experience like? What do you wish you had to work with an industry expert? I asked too many questions. The first question is, have you worked with an industry expert? And I'll see how many of you guys have worked with an industry expert. And I want to see the people who say no. Because then if you say no, you haven't worked with an industry expert, then my next question to you is, okay, keep it pushing logistics. Oh, I see some no's. Okay, so now my next question to you is, because you never worked with an industry expert, what do you feel? What are your top 3 things that you feel like you may be missing out because you're not working with an industry expert? Go ahead and type it in the chat box. I want to see, do you feel like you're missing out? Maybe you feel like my accountant is bomb and I'm staying with her. Because I know it's hard to find a trustworthy person that you can give your money to or give all of your numbers to. So if you found your trustworthy person, stick with them. But if you know, like I know in this transportation industry, your trustworthy person need to pick up a couple of extracurricular activities or some continuing education that has to do with transportation. Personal assistant and management. Okay, so that's like actually helping you to help you with what's going on. Because I know that what I do with my firm, what we do is we try to make sure, if you know of other if you know of other accounting firms, or back in the day, like it's just like send in your paperwork and then I'm gonna give you the documentation. Well, what we do is we create the whole experience. When you come in here, you're going to get customer service and you're going to get checked up on and you're going to go through a whole operations process. And guess what? If we mess up, we admit that we messed up and we apologize and we tell you how we're going to fix it, because I'm not perfect. I do make mistakes. I am building a business, but my heart is in it. So, okay, so I haven't found no one. I'm scared, but we definitely need help because we have 2 going on 3 trucks. So don't wait to the last minute. This is a second to none boss lady. Do not wait to the last minute. You're doing right, hopping on here, figuring out who's right for you, who has the personality for you. Don't wait to the last minute. Research what you want to make sure that. One of the things that I tell my clients to ask someone who is in transportation, if that's their niche, what made them get into transportation? And why do they why do they like it? And my answer would be that I got into transportation accidentally. Okay, I accidentally slipped into transportation, but however, I love it. Like I eat, sleep, breathe. Like, how someone, I love numbers to begin with, and then the 2 just couple together. You know how you start talking about something you love, and then the people eyes just glaze over. That's not me. You can talk to me about transportation. I'm like, okay, so what did that truck do? And how did that truck do that? And oh, you grossed that month this much, and now we're in the profit. We're in the green. That is the things that you want to make sure that industry, that expert is able to give to you. And then knowing how that person communicates, because I communicate mainly via email. I communicate via email. Now, you will have an onboarding call, you will have an offboarding call, but the main communication is via email, unless you are one of my elite clients. And then that's when we meet on a monthly basis. And you get to talk to me, and I get to know about your family, and I get to know about your business goals, and we get the time together. And I get to tell you, you told me you was going to do this and you didn't. So why didn't you do it? Okay, I done went on a whole rant. I just want to say I am back. I miss you guys. If you just joined me, we are talking about why it's important to work with an industry expert. And at the core of it, it is that person knows the industry. So they're doing the studying so that you don't have to. That person also can find inefficiencies that you may not even know to look for. And then that person also knows other people and can connect you to other resources. So yes, I need someone who loves numbers and who is good at with numbers. We are making money. I just feel like we are all over the place. And honestly, when I have people coming in and I'm helping them out, that it's not you're not making the money. You got the money, you didn't figure this thing out. Now you're like, oh hell, I got the money. What am I going to do with it? And we sit down and we think of a strategic plan that fits you. Here's the thing. I'm not saying that I'm better than everyone, whatever the case may be. What I'm saying is pick you someone that it'll go based on what your goals are and what you are looking for in the business. Because someone who tells me, hey, I'm $1 million transportation company and I'm looking to make 10 million in the next 2 years, that plan is totally different from someone who says, hey, I'm a family of 5. My wife is about to have another baby and we got the money coming in, but I need to make sure that my wife is no longer stressed out and working in the back office. That is a different plan from this other person. Because transportation company A, we going in and it's time to go. But transportation company B, the focus is the wife. The focus is getting the wife where she needs to be so that the household runs smoothly. Because if the household is not running smoothly and someone is not there to replace that wife when it's time, shit gonna fall apart. Excuse me for my language. You guys know I occasionally use a cuss word or two. So I want you guys to really pick who your industry expert is that you're going to work with. Don't be afraid to ask those questions to see what it's about, because at the end of the day, you need to be able to connect with that person. Okay? Because not all accountant people are created equal. Okay? Some of us like to sit behind the screen and not talk to people. Some of us are not good communicators. Some of us talk at you guys. And if you know, I pride myself on, I talk to you so that you can understand it. I'm not going to talk over your head. I'm going to make sure that you understand. And if you do not understand, I will put it in a different term, a different way, a different sentence, so that you can understand exactly what I'm saying. So I want to give some time for some people to ask some questions. I got one of the things, well, someone said they've worked with me. I just got out. Okay, let me read some of the comments first because it was a lot. I didn't even realize I had that many comments. Okay, so I just got here, but do you have an opportunity to individuals that want to learn from you or bookkeeping for truckers? I want to do this for my husband and his friend. So I currently do not. If I do, I will definitely keep you guys. This will be the first place that I announce it. There was someone that said, let's see. So John Brown, you said you've worked with me. So let me know. I don't know if you're still in the chat box. How was it to work with me from your? How was it with working with me? And then I'm going to ask. There was one person that said that they wanted to that their personal assistant and management. So I want to answer one of those things. So usually you saying you need a personal assistant, that's because those things go hand in hand. You're all over the place, which means that you're the bottleneck in your business. You haven't figured out what you have to do. so that you can delegate the rest. And let me tell you, that is easier said than done, baby, because I'm over here still bottlenecking myself. But that is the goal, to be able to identify all the things that you need done on a daily basis. And I don't say go and hire an assistant before you do that. Don't go hire an assistant before you know what you need them to do. Write down everything you need them to do and slowly delegate those things to them so that you can take a little by little off your plate, so then you can look up and start working on your business and not in your business. So I hope that that was some good advice for you. Anybody else, if you have a question, I would love to go ahead and answer one more person's question. Okay, let's see what I have. I'm gonna give a little second for some people to ask the question. And then if not, I'm gonna give y'all an answer to some people, to some questions that I have people ask me all the time, because I do think that you guys be a little shy, and I gotta know, you guys have to know. Okay, so it says, I'm back. I'll see you linked with Duke AI. I've been waiting on this. What's the next step? Okay, so Southbound 3000. Listen, I have partnered with Duke AI to have a great platform for my individuals who have not quite made it to that $1 million mark. They have a bookkeeping app where they can do all the bookkeeping automated for you to take that off your plate. And then they just released this where you get your money fast. You get it like the same day. I don't want to misquote it, but you get it real fast. And that's like big for me, because you always want to focus on your cash flow and making sure your cash flow is there. You guys got me talking, and I didn't hit 17 different topics. But Southbound 3000, the next step is just to stay tuned. I've actually done a couple of workshops with Duke, so I can educate that community. That's what I mean. If you're just not coming on, I'm no longer accepting tax clients. Big ups to me. Unless they are with one of my lateral partners. So if you know somebody, you got to go find somebody in the community that is connected, so we can get in, because I'm on to make sure that the clients that I have my full attention, and I don't just give them watered down service. Okay, so it doesn't look like anyone else has any questions. I would say one of the biggest questions that I've been receiving lately, congratulations on that. Listen, I'm speaking it, Tawana, speaking it. Ooh, okay, speaking it. But one of the biggest questions that I have is, when do you know if it's the right time for you to sign up with a CFO? And my answer to that is, one, make sure that you're bringing enough revenue. And you'll be able to tell just by the person that you're talking to, or the professional you're talking to. Because when I talk to people, I'm literally like, okay, you're not quite there yet, but there are other avenues for you. But when you have so much money coming in, so you've hit the point where you have all this money coming in, you're like, oh shit, what do I do with it? Or how do I understand it? Or I've been wanting to. Maybe you've been having money coming in for years, but now you're like, dang, I don't have anything to show for it. I've been wanting to figure out how to get this to my future generations. Well, that's what I do. I sit down and we think about the forward planning. You think, you say, oh, I have an accountant, not my accountant is doing my bookkeeping. And that's great. But the accountant is more so like historical data. And some accountants offer more than this, but for the most part, bookkeeping accountants, they offer historical data. This is what happened. This is what happened. Me, I am the future. I am the vitamin. I think ahead. We think 5 years ahead. We think 10 years ahead. We think, what were your grandchildren and your great-grandchildren and your great-great-grandchildren? How are they going to hold on to this money? And is this business sustainable for them too? Or maybe you want to sell that business. I show you how to get your business together, help you get it together so that you can then step away from the thing and it can have a proper business evaluation. Okay. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and hop off. Thanks you guys for joining me. If you know of anyone that is in need of help in the transportation industry to take their business to the next level, that you hear them talking about, they have so much money coming in, but they don't know what to do with it. They're so unorganized. They're working so many hours. And I have some people who have figured it out. I have some people where I'm not working that many hours, bringing in the money, but the money is not doing what I want it to do. Or there's people where you just don't understand what the numbers are saying. You got an accountant, and your accountant is they're producing the reports for you every month. And every month you look at those reports and you don't know what those reports are saying. You don't know if the reports are saying stop, go, maybe not. You don't know if your reports are saying you need to switch it up. You don't know if your reports are saying you got an employee stealing from you. You don't know if your reports are saying this is a little bit too inefficient over here and we need to make it a little bit more efficient. You're not comparing the two. You're just getting the reports, putting it down, and you think that you made it because you have your reports. There's another step to your reports, and that step includes understanding what your numbers are saying, and I help you to understand what your numbers are saying so you can create a plan to go towards the future. All right, so I'm gonna get off this because I got to get some stuff done, and I wanted to let you guys know what I'm here. I'm here. I'm actually thinking about doing a tea with Reed, tea with my Cherie on in the mornings, every mornings, just to get you guys day started, show you what I'm doing, show you what you should be doing as a fleet owner. Let me know in the chat box if that's a good idea. Would you guys be able and willing to show up with me every morning and talk about what you should be working on and what are you working on today? I'm here to make sure that you're working on your business and not in your business. Hey, Krista, how are you? You getting on? I'm about to hop off. All right. Okay, Reed. Tawana, you know I'm about to call you and say I'm gonna hold you to it. I'm gonna hold you to it. Tea time with Reed. We gonna get it together. All right, guys. Okay, so I see you guys next Thursday, and I will be making an announcement. I'm gonna do some thinking on that early morning thing because I do need to be getting up earlier, so that may be good for me to implement. But I want to, if you are going to do it, type it in the chat box that you're gonna see me. You gonna see me on a Monday, okay? All right. Bye.